Let's look straight at the cabling and see if anyone can spot. Yo, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you haven't done it already, like, comment, subscribe. Obviously you've not commented already, the video has been on for 8 seconds, so you've not commented, so do it at the end of the video. Look at me today, like a walking advert, aren't I? Which brings me to my next topic. I just got this t-shirt for free from the Alex show. Yeah, I posted a video a couple of weeks ago and I was using the new HIKMICRO, or my new HIKMICRO Pocket 2 thermal imaging camera, so I'm going to show you a little bit about that. I've been using it now for about a month and a half, so I know a bit more about it than when I first opened it, which was on that video. Yeah, the hat I also got from the Alex show 2-3 days ago, so I thought, perfect time to wear it, might as well wear it today, hadn't I? Anyway, this camera is absolutely unbelievable and it's going to make fault finding a lot easier. It's going to step up my EICR game because I'm going to look at things with it. Does that make any sense? Yeah, I'm going to look at things with it. I'm going to show you what I used it for last week, which is incredible, absolutely incredible, you know. I was watching a plumber's channel. We don't like plumbers, we don't like plumbers, we don't like plumbers. But I watched this plumber's channel called MJ Tiff Plumbing and Heating, and he uses the same camera, so I was interested in it anyway, and I really wanted one. I mean, who don't want toys like this? We are men at the end of the day, and I really do need this camera. It's incredible. So yeah, let's get into it. I'll show you the camera, show you how it works, show you some of the features, and then I'll show you some of the real life stuff that I've been using it for. And if you do subscribe to the channel and watch the channel religiously, which I hope you do, you'll see me using it all the time in upcoming videos. Yeah, I'm going to be using it daily probably anyway to find things, so you'll probably see it featured quite a lot over the coming years, hopefully. Right, this is how it comes. Nice little carry case. Obviously it comes in the box as well, which is nicely battered because it has been in the back of my van, but luckily it's been in this case. So let's just move this out of the way, get into this wonderful little case. It comes with a charging cable, which is actually at home because obviously I have been using it. It's not just for show. I have been using and charging it. HIKMICRO Pocket 2. It's got a flash there. It's got the power button and the photo button, so you can take photographs and download them to your phone or PC or whatever. And it's got a little thread there for the stand, or for a stand or a tripod or whatever you want to use it for. I don't think I'll need that, but yeah, let's turn it on, show you where we're at with that. So hopefully you can see this clearly and you're not just looking at a reflection of my silly head. What an awesome piece of kit this is. There we go. Oh, you can't really see, can you, because of my head. So let's hopefully, you can just see a reflection of me, can't you? That's no good, is it? Let's go somewhere darker maybe. That's better. A little bit. So as you can see, there's in the back of my van, there's my little ghetto workbench that I've set up. Door, old number plate. So on the screen right now it shows 2 little crosshairs. I'm hoping you can see them. It's got a red one and a blue one. The red one is now showing the hottest spot on that whole screen, the cold one showing the coldest. So the hottest one there is 11.5 degrees Celsius, which is obviously not very warm at all because it's freezing. Coldest being 5 degrees, which is somewhere in the back of my van over there. But let's see if you can see. Trying to do this while holding a camera at the same time is no good. So if I go to something quite hot, if I put a handprint on that door and remove my hand, you should be able to see the handprint, which you can. Leave my hand there a second and you can see it. Let's do it on something a bit colder than that so you can see. Down here, look at this. Cold fridge. Look at that handprint left. And it stays there for quite a while. You'd be surprised. I've been walking around my house looking at footprints. I know when my kids have been sneaking to the fridge nicking food. So you can see without reflections. Go on the menu, go on the image mode. If we go on the menu, go on image mode there. It's on Fusion at the minute. I like it on Fusion. You can change it to thermal, You can change it to a pip, so it shows you like a real life surrounding, but then it shows you the thermal just in the centre there, which is pretty cool. You can change it to a normal screen, but it still shows you the hot spots with the crosshairs, and you can have it blending, so it's kind of like thermal slash, let me turn this away. It's kind of like thermal, but not, if that makes sense. So you can still see hot spots, but it looks more realistic, if that makes sense, which is pretty cool. I'll keep it on Fusion because that's what I prefer. Fusion, you sort of still see details like writing and stuff like that. But if we go to the actual settings and go to palettes, you can change it to like the black hot, white hot, rainbow, rain without the bow, fusion, red hot. But yeah, I like this iron bow, I don't know what that is, but yeah, that looks more thermal camera-ish to me. Anyway, and you can then connect it to your Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, hotspot on your phone. There's an app on your phone that you can get, so you can download all the stuff from it. You can change the temperature range, so if we go to the, where are we? If we go to the thermography settings, I've got it set to auto switch, but it's got from -20 degrees, first gear -20 to 150C, which is mega, and then second gear, which goes from 100 degrees to 400. I've just got it on auto switch, so it'll switch between the two whenever it needs to, depending what I'm pointing it at. So yeah, and then like I say, we can take a, let's take a picture of those wipes. There we go, and that's saved to this. It's got a internal memory, USB-C charger. Yeah, it's got pretty much everything you'd probably want from a thermal imaging camera. You can't really see how good of quality it is on from camera to camera. But yeah, it's absolutely incredible. I'm going to put some pictures on the screen now. A job that we done a week or two ago maybe. An owner of the house has just moved into a new house, bought the house, and the ensuite bathroom had just been redone, but it wasn't finished. They'd sold the house, but the ensuite bathroom was still sort of half done. So they needed a fan putting in, which I did. The ceiling needed plastering, which I didn't do because I'm not a plasterer. And there was underfloor heating already done, already underneath tiles, and the cables was up to a little programmer stat type thing, but it had no power supply whatsoever, so it's never worked because it was mid job. So we came in afterwards, connected it up, but we wasn't sure whether the underfloor heating had been installed correctly, whether it had been whether it was working at all. So I did put a little disclaimer to the client saying, obviously, if the underfloor heating didn't work and stuff, it's not my fault, so I've not fitted it basically. So what I did, I connected it all up as you should. I couldn't do the mat test, so you normally test a heat mat for underfloor heating before you install it, after you install it, and then after the flooring goes down. Couldn't do that because it was already done. So I connected it all up, turned it on, got my thermal imaging camera out just to have a look. You can physically see where the mat's been installed, where it's been installed correctly, so it's not going underneath things like the bath or whatever, or toilets, and it's sat on top of it, things like that. You can see that it's actually working. You can basically see the underfloor heating as if there's no flooring down. It's that good, which you'll see on the screen right about now. No, you won't. You'll see what the room looks like while I'm testing this out, because at this moment in time there's a plasterer in the ensuite and he's plastering the ceiling, and he's got dust sheets down the walls and a dust cover over the floor, so I was thinking it might not work very well because the floor's basically covered up with this dust sheet that you can see now. Yeah, dust sheet, blah de blah de blah. But then I whip the thermal imaging camera out and we get this lovely image, and you can follow that around the house perfectly fine. Well, as in the ensuite in this instance. And one of the benefits of this is I gave the client a shout up the stairs. I said, come and have a look. She can see that the underfloor heating's working perfectly fine. She can see where it's been installed. Just gives them a great bit of peace of mind, you know, and myself as well. But as you've seen, I've used it for locating heating pipes under floors, in walls already. I'm going to be doing that all the time. Just check before you drill an hole, nice and easy. I did go find a full, I was a bit gutted I didn't have my camera at the moment at this time, otherwise I'd have shown you this. We had a loose connection on a socket circuit in a house. It was a kitchen socket circuit. Wandered round with a thermal imaging camera, boom, it was right at the MCB of all places. One of the lives weren't in the terminal, it was just behind the terminal of the ring, and you could see it red hot, basically literally red hot. It just made the job like instantly done like that. And to be honest, the consumer unit would probably be the last place I'd check, or most of the time, because in this case I'd took a socket off that I was replacing, checked the ring, loose connection, as you do. So I would normally go and check every socket first. You wouldn't assume it being the MCB, but it was. I'm a bit gutted I didn't have the camera, but yeah, there's just two great little uses that I've had for this camera already, and I just know that this is going to be one of those things where off the top of my head right now I can't think of a lot of like loads and loads of opportunities that I'll get to use it, but when I come across the opportunities I'll think what a great idea this is. It's just one of those kind of pieces of kit. You know what I mean. I'm just going to find use after use after use for this. I'm going to leave a link in the description where you can go and buy one. You can use it as a tool to sell yourself for jobs, basically. Do you know what I mean? I'm doing EICRs using thermal imaging as well. This is much better than every bit of competition in the area, and it will be for you as well. So go down below, hit the link in the description, get over there, and while you're going down there to hit that link, hit the subscribe button on your way past. Here's another quick demonstration inside a fuse box. I've not fitted, by the way. Obviously, look at that. Ignore the heat from the RCBOs, that's normal, although that one does look like it's getting a bit hot. Let's look straight at the cabling and see if anyone can spot a loose connection anywhere. I think that's pretty obvious, don't you? I mean, wow. Wow, look at that. Tell me that's not easy fault finding. Look at that. Incredible. If you do want this camera, there's a link in the description with a discount code there as well. I'm not sure how long the discount will be running for, but I imagine it won't be forever. So, wow, 50 degrees that cable, Celsius. Whew. So yeah, I don't think the discount code's going to last forever, but check it out. Go and get yourself one. You can see why I like to space my RCBOs out with blanks, basically, because they do get quite warm, but obviously in certain cases you can't, otherwise you'd end up with a board that's too big. But I think that loose connection is very, very obvious there. What's that cable? That's very up there. That'll be that cable. See, that's the neutral from this RCBO, that is. That's going hot with it. So let's tighten that up and get on with it, yeah. What an amazing piece of kit. I mean, there, you'd never know, would you? You can't tell. See you on the next one, peace!